This week on LSMN Overtime, we've got softball and baseball highlights and updates. We will look at two teams battling for the top spot in district, and we will highlight a global star athlete from Marcus.
Welcome to the season finale of Overtime. I'm Alex Salazar. We've got a lot of sports to talk about as the spring semester winds down, so let's get started with some softball action. On Tuesday night, the Colony Cougars hosted the Wakeland Wolverines in their final district game. The Lady Wolverines had a strong start, getting 3 runs in the first inning. The Lady Cougars would start to cut into the lead in the second after Peyton Blanco scored on a pop-up. In the third, the Colony would add another run with a nice line drive off the bat of Madison Levsey that split the shortstop and the third baseman. The Cougars would add their third run in the fourth with a bloop single from Caitlin Muller. Trouble in the sixth, however, as Wakeland's Claire Schreiner would get a big triple past the diving Cougar outfielder. Schreiner then went on to score the go-ahead run when the next batter grounded out to short. The Colony couldn't answer, and they'd go on to lose to Wakeland 4-3. The Colony did make it into the playoffs, however, and will be playing against Frisco Heritage starting Thursday night. The rest of the results from Friday: Louisville took down Hebron 2-0. Marcus won a close one over Plano East 4-3. And Plano West defeated Flower Mound 3-1. Playoffs start for some LISD teams today. Second seed Flower Mound will play Game 1 at Little Elm. Third place LHS will travel to Allen, and the Colony will host Frisco Heritage. Marcus starts tomorrow at undefeated Denton Geyer. Moving over to baseball, Hebron traveled west for an important game against Flower Mound. The game started off with solid pitching from both sides, but Flower Mound struck first with this RBI single from Josh Glasser. Hebron did have some chances to respond, however, but they were all shot down by the Jags' great defense. Solid defense from Hebron also kept the score at 1-0 for the Hawks. It wasn't until the 7th inning, however, when Hebron got on the board, and it happened in a big way. First, an RBI double by Ian McCracken, which tied the game, then a go-ahead RBI double by Anson Davis. Hebron wouldn't give up this lead and held on to win 2-1. With this win, Hebron moves into first place in district over the Jags. Now let's take a look at some other scores. The Colony lost in a close one to Reedy 3-2. Louisville cruised past Plano 7-0. Marcus got a good win against Plano West 5-2. Turning to district standings, Hebron is currently first in district thanks to their win over Flower Mound. Right behind the two is third place Marcus at 9-4. The Colony is holding on to the last playoff spot in 4th for 9-5A. With 3 teams currently ranked in the top 15 in the state, LISD is home to some of the best baseball talent in the area. Vinnie Williams has an in-depth look at 2 of them fighting over the top spot in District 6-6A.
Flower Mound baseball has been sitting in the top 10 in state all season, currently ranking 5th and 1st in the district, with plans to go into playoffs. Close behind the Jags is Hebron, who also has plans to go into playoffs.
I know we had a good squad this year, a very experienced squad, but I also know that the other teams in the district are quality opponents as well, so better be on top of your game every game.
As we enter the last week of play, these two rivals face off for the district championship.
Their hard work's paying off. You don't play the game on paper, and on paper, we were looking like we had a really good squad, but paper's just paper, so they have to go out and earn it, and they've been going out and earning it.
With Hebron winning Tuesday night, the Jags and the Hawks will play Friday to break the tie for district championships. With LSMN Overtime, I'm Vinnie Williams.
One programming note: weather permitting, LSMN will be broadcasting our final game of the week for the Flower Mound at Hebron baseball game. It should be a great one as the district championship will be on the line. Start time is likely to change based on the weather reports. Check our Twitter account for up-to-date information. After the break, we'll have postseason soccer awards and we'll introduce you to one of the best under-20 track and field athletes in the world. Stay tuned.
5, 4,
3, 2.
Thanks for watching LSMN Overtime.
This is AV Sports Broadcasting at Tech East. We focus on sports media and live studio production. The class live streams LST games on YouTube. We also produce Overtime, a bi-weekly sportscast with highlight reels, news packages, and everything produced by students. So if you're interested in video production and editing, or if you just have a passion for sports, this class is for you. Scan the QR code to get more information, and maybe we'll see you on TV.
A huge congratulations to the Marcus soccer team who defeated the Round Rock Westwood 2-0 for the 6A state championship on April 15th. Head coach Aaron Hebert was quickly given a promotion from interim to head coach for Marcus. Coach Hebert was also named UIL Head Coach of the Year for 6A. In other postseason soccer awards, the Lady Marauders had 4 members on the All-State team, including Bella Campos, who was the MVP of the championship game. Flamount's Maya Cordova earned an All-State medal, and 3 Lady Jags received All-Region awards. On the boys' side, LSD had 3 All-State mentions, including DJ Kulai and Axel Martinez. 4 players from Hebron were named to the All-Region team. Flamount's Sarah Crawford and Mira Sinyagadian advanced to the state tennis tournament in the girls' doubles this week. They advanced to the semifinals but lost in straight sets to Round Rock Westwood. The regional track meet is this weekend, and LSD will be well represented. The Lady Jags had an outstanding district meet. Samantha and Nicole Humphreys alone took home 6 of Flamount's 11 medals. Marcus's Cam Kennedy showed off his hops as he won the gold medal in the long jump, one of 7 medals for the Marauders. Louisville also had 7 medalists of their own as Tiana Harlan took home the gold in the 100-meter dash. Hebron's Ritvika Kindrakadi had half of the Lady Hawks medals, including gold in the 100-meter dash. Devin Judelson took home 2 of the colony's 5 medals, including gold in the 1600 meter. Congratulations to all of those who are moving on, and good luck in regionals. One of the track stars in the regionals is a Paralympic athlete with some impressive medals. Filling in for James Triggs is the extremely sharp-dressed Vinnie Williams with more on this.
This week's spotlight goes out to Abigail Counts, a Paralympic athlete from Flower who participated in and won first in 3 different events. Counts won the shot put with a throw of 18 feet and 5 inches. She also took home the gold medal in the 100-meter race with a time of 19.48 seconds and the 400-meter in 1:09 seconds. Counts is poised to perform well at the regionals with an eye on the state meet. Last year she took home the gold medal in the 400-meter, and we'll bet she'll take it again this year. For LSMN Spotlight, I'm Vinnie Williams.
Earlier this season, we highlighted a Marcus athlete who not only holds national records, but international records. Haley Baker has her story.
Marcus Track is home to a world champion discus thrower, and she got her start right here in Louisville.
I got started when I was about 9 years old. My brother had a really good coach, and sometimes I would just tag along and throw one on the side, and eventually he said, you have a lot of potential in this, so I kind of started training on my own and stuff like that, and it kind of turned into this.
She's passionate about what she does, whatever that may be. She's always tried to make herself the best she can at whatever the event is.
It definitely takes a strong mentality. It's a very lonely sport, so you have to have the passion and dedication to be able to work a lot of hours on your own and stuff like that.
Emma Swala is the reigning World U20 discus champion and says it's sometimes easier to compete on an international level.
Yeah, sometimes it's actually kind of a relief, because competing here in the States in high school and stuff, you have a lot of people at the meets that like teachers and coaches and parents and friends. Sometimes it feels like when I go international and I go to these big meets, it kind of feels like an escape for me, like I can go be myself in my own little world and kind of, become who I really am.
Regardless of where she's going, she'll always be a representative of Marcus.
We definitely don't get to be in those events with her, but we get to share them with her, and so it makes us feel proud as a school because she's representing that M, no matter if she's doing it in Sweden or doing it in her summer stuff, we always know that she's still deep down, bleeding silver and red, and so that makes us excited and makes us cheer her on.
Emma Stralla, well, that is the realization of achieving a dream.
For LSMN Overtime, I'm Haley Baker.
Ball Stadium will be getting a new name. The stadium will be renamed for former head coach Brian Brazel. Brazel spent 23 years at Hebron with a record of 152-97, which included a state title in 2005. The LISD board approved the name change on April 17th. This week's LSMN grad star is Christian Gonzalez. The 2020 graduate from the Colony is a projected first-round pick in tonight's NFL draft. The Oregon Duck is considered by most insiders to be the best cornerback in the draft. Gonzalez stood out last year with 50 tackles for loss and a career-high 4 interceptions and 7 passes defended. Be sure to check out how the draft tonight and see how high the former Cougar can go. That's all the sports news we have for this season. Before we leave, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the graduating seniors who have served on our crew for both overtime and game of the week. You've put in countless hours for both this class and, more importantly, outside of school hours to make LSMN what it is. We couldn't have done this season without you. We'll be back in September with a new cast and crew. Always working for overtime. For LSMN, I'm Alex Salazar.